Are live. Yes. Hello. Good morning. No, it's 12 noon. We're on a lunch break. Are we on a lunch break? It's 12 here in Australia, wherever you guys are. Probably different time. Hallo Deutschland, mitten in der Nacht. So today I'm trying something completely different. If you've been following what I've been doing recently, was a lot of anyways, have a cuppa, come in, have a cuppa, sit down and just like have a chat with me. That's what we're here for, aren't we? So yeah, so recently I've been quite immersed in all this tarot design and reading. I've got myself like a whole pack of new decks. I'm designing my own deck, and typical for me, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, I can never get really good at something because I don't last that long. I'm really I always envy these people that are able to commit to something and keep going with it and be like, I don't know, painting portraits, and that these people that are, they keep painting portraits after portraits and they get better and better and better at it. And I'm like, I see it and I'm like, yes, that is so amazing. I want to do that too. So I start painting portraits. This is some homemade macarons. Not by me, obviously, but they're amazing. 2 different flavors. I've been eating macarons all week because Fiona is a pastry chef and she's like trying out new recipes at home, and we get all the beautiful outcomes. I'm just gonna go. I need a bigger screen soon to fit here. Well, anyways, so I just start doing it. I'm really into it. Let's say, yeah, portrait painting. But like by portrait number 6 or 7, I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice, but let's look for or something. It's not even a conscious thing. It's just like something else catches my attention. I see something online. I'm just like, I read it. I happen to come across a book or a tutorial, whatever, of something else, and I'm like, oh, that's so amazing. I want to do this. Now, same with the tarot cards. I mean, I will continue with the whole tarot card design, definitely, but I'm on card number 6, and a whole deck has 78 cards. And by the time I had, I think, card number 5 done, I was like, maybe I should change the whole, design idea for these cards. And so I started with a second deck design with the card 1 again. I can literally feel how this is going to sort of, drive me against a wall. Like trying to design 2 decks simultaneously, swap from this design to that design, and then actually getting 78 cards done is getting a bigger and bigger task. And typical me, I come up with a new idea. I'm like, I had bought these little packets of wool or yarn. Wool. It's not wool. It's cotton. It's pure cotton. And actually, I bought them, and they actually say amigurumi, which is the Japanese, let's say, Japanese style crocheting and crocheting. I don't know how you say it. Crochet. Oh, crocheting. Where they do like little toy animals. I was super excited to try that, and but I couldn't find a pattern that I liked, and I still have like two heads that I started, never finished, of like a little bunny and something like it's just a stuffy. You eventually you just do a small stuffy, maybe 10 centimeters high or something. So I got all this yarn, but then all my sort of trials really went out the window. I was like, I saw this online. Well, actually, what I saw was a woman that made a wedding dress out of flowers that she, like individual sort of flower patterns, different ones, that she crocheted, crocheted. Okay, we're going to have to decide today because like I'm going to have to say this word a lot of times. And then she sort of, I don't know how she connected them. I mean, she had a little like a seamstress, like a little mannequin or life-sized mannequin, and she pinned them on and sort of arranged them for them to make like a lacy top. And I think the skirt or something was then something different, but it looked so amazing. Obviously, she had like a tiny thread, like a tiny needle as well. So it was really, really intricate. So me not being like not having the best eyes, that is already out of the question. So I was like, oh, but I want to try these. So I want to try different flower patterns that I find online and just try them out with you. So, but I didn't realize that these, oh, where are we? That these balls are that tiny. So I did like 2 of those with the same yarn, and that's practically all gone. So I'm going to start with the new color, as it doesn't look like I'm going to try the amigurumi soon. Whereas this is a very nice, like the colors, I need to shade this because this webcam is has a very weird light sort of sensitivity. So this is actually a very light pink. I think it's called pink lemonade or something. What's it called? It doesn't have a name. Whatever. And this would be perfect for like a skin color. So I'm now using that for something completely different. Oh, guys, I have to clip my hair up because it's getting hot. Finally, summer's over in Australia, and now we're getting better weather. Now that autumn is upon us, it's getting warm suddenly. So the whole summer was a complete mess. We had these huge floodings. It was always just raining. I mean, it wasn't cold, but it was just grey and raining like for months on end, more or less. We had this huge flooding, but apart from that, we had just had an awful summer as well. Okay. So, I'm just doing I can't do too many things at once, or else it's going to be absolute chaos. Anyways, I will try to follow along because I'm looking at this oh my god, this is already starting to overwhelm me. Okay, the start of this whole thing seems to be already okay. I hope that's how she meant it to be. I'm doing it normally. I'm doing my starting point completely different, but I guess that was it. Okay, so what do we do? 16 chain. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, also, just recently, I mean, I learned crochet in primary school, like a lot of kids probably. And what we did was, I think we made I think we made oven, well, not really oven mitts, but like these little rugs, or what do you say, oven flats, like this flat thing you put a pot on, you hold the pot with. It was not the mitt kind, but just like the rug. It was a bit boring, but I think that's about as much as you can do with a preschool, with a primary school one. Six, and so I have to count that. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's quite big, isn't it? That's quite a lot. I mean, normally you do a chain then. I don't know how this one's gonna go. I can't tell you. But normally you do a chain. Yeah. Well, anyway, so I learned crochet in primary school, and that was about it. I can't remember actually crocheting anything after that. It might have been like something small or something, but more or less. Oh. Okay, so that's the thing. I'm doing too many things at once. So I've got a timer on, all this crap. So anyway, so I took it up just recently, and I realised that the terminology is completely different. So no, it's not completely different. That's not true. But like UK and US terminology is absolutely confusing. So a single crochet in the US, well, I'm always getting it wrong. A single crochet in the US, I think, is a double crochet in the UK. And a double crochet in the US is a triple crochet in the UK. And a single crochet in the US is a half a crochet or something in the UK. Anyways, completely same term, same name for a different thing, or the same name is just meaning something else. So then you find a pattern online. How would I know? Is that a UK crochet pattern? Is that a US pattern? I don't know. So I'm like, how did that even happen? I mean, considering that crochet is hundreds of years old, and probably the old Brits, embarked to populate the US with the Mayflower, and they brought their crochet patterns or crochet knowledge. So how did then the US decide, oh no, that's just half all of that, so a double crochet is then a triple crochet? Why would they change these things when they essentially have been colonized by the Brits and also have probably taken on these things? The only thing I could think of would be that the old British measurements or terminology were the ones the US are using now, because when they came over, they brought also the foot and the inch and all this stuff, and the gallon, this and things like that. But nowadays, then maybe the UK then realised that the rest of Europe is using different terminology and adapted to that, as they did with the centimetres and metres and kilograms. Well, I think they still have the stones. So that could be the only explanation, or else I don't know why then the Americans decide to just change these whole terminology. So if you get a pattern and it doesn't tell you what it is, you have to sort of start stalking the person that put up the pattern to find out where they live, and not in a creepy way, but like find out if they're American or UK. Because, so that's why I like to just follow video tutorials, because then I just see what they're doing. I don't care if it's then called a triple or double crochet. And anyways, I'm pretty bad with understanding these, like, I'm good with the diagrams because that is just a visual that I can sort of relate to. But just if it's just done by these abbreviations, I'm like, I mean, of course, the normal ones, but like patterns like that, I don't really understand these terms. These explanations, sorry. Okay. Now, I find it very, very confusing. I didn't realise that because I hadn't crocheted since I came to Australia, so I didn't have any contact with like the English terms of the German things. So for anyone who's interested in the German terms, we have a crochet. It's called ein Stäbchen. So it's like a little, well, Stab is a stick, so Stäbchen is a small stick. Okay, so we have ein Stäbchen, a small stick. Dann haben wir ein, what's it called, Doppelstäbchen? Ich glaube schon, so it's a double stick. Und dann haben wir ein Halbstäbchen, which is half a stick. So in a way, I think we're closer to the US with their half crochet. I guess, I'm not sure. And then we have the, what is it called? A slip stitch is eine Luftmasche. It's we call it an air stitch, which is, I don't know what it is, but it's funny. Well, actually, a chain is, I think, an air stitch, but whatever. So we've got these 16 chain. Yeah. Oh, she's got a tiny yarn. Oh my God! I hope I can see what she's doing then. Okay, yeah. Of course, she's putting it into a bag. Ah, darling. She should have used a bigger yarn because she herself is unable to actually find the right. I guess, yeah. Okay. So then I think I'm gonna have that with a slip stitch, but she doesn't say, but it looked like a slip. Oh, sorry. It looked like a slip stitch. A slip stitch she was doing. I don't think I did I don't think I got the right. Yeah, it should be. There is not. Well, there's not a very elegant notch at the beginning. You know, this one is like, they're making this little button, but whatever. So, 7 chain. Let's not judge this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, 5, 6, 7. As you might have noticed, I'm not very good at this. I'm just starting out. Actually, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about these two. I really like this pattern because that really looks more like a flower, or I would imagine a flower to look like. This one, I chose it because it doesn't look like much now. I mean, you have to disregard the end threads because they're gonna go, but it doesn't really look like much. But they start sort of working when you combine the same flowers together in a big, whatever piece. Because then when you have like, you get then 4 or 5, in the middle there is like a sort of intricate star that is gonna shape with these little ears that are earlobes on there, and they get sort of pointy because then they're just like you just attach them like this, and that makes them actually quite pretty. I wouldn't really consider that a definite flower. I think it's more of a star-shaped thing all in all. There's like these sort of more lacy stars that will show up here just by connecting the pieces, and then there's these more solid stars in the middle. But on itself, it's not much of a looker. Whereas this one, I really like because it looks literally like a flower. So I'm trying another one, obviously, because I think I would like to turn it this way, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't really. Okay, so we've got the 7 chain. What are we doing next? Okay. It all looks so much bigger than what I have. Although she's doing 2. Don't really get what that is. Is that a triple crochet? 4. It just says 4. That was very. I don't really know what she did there. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is. She said 2, 4, 7 crochet, and then she says, okay, then she says, okay, and then she takes it, 1, 2, so 2 times. Okay, wow. Okay, and that's like, we're going to have to get rid of this and do like 1. I'm not sure if that's, we've got 2, so I always take 2, and then I take another 2, and then I take the last 2. So that's should be a treble. Is that a treble crochet? Not sure if that is correct, because that is like it gives a bit of an awkward look. 4. Yeah, kind of. So 2 chain plus 1 treble crochet. Okay. Apparently that's how it is. 1, 2. I'm not really sure what a treble crochet and where am I. Yeah, it says that, but it doesn't tell you where am I putting that in? Do I just go by the treble crochet? Isn't that 1, 2? Then I go in, and then I take that out, and then I go 2, and then I go another 2, and then I go the last 2. Okay, I see. So this is all going to be this huge. And then this lady has this tiny thread or yarn, 1, 2, and a treble crochet. Okay, so 1, 2, 1. Oh. So I'm going 2 here. I'm going another 2. That is a treble crochet. Treble crochet is then, I guess, American. Ooh, this looks weird. Ooh, I think I did something wrong there. Yes, because did I not do that? No, wait a sec. I did some stupid things. Yeah, because I would have to do 2 chain. I forgot the 2 chain, I guess. 1 and 2. So this is all, this is me struggling with, apparently, this is called an easy pattern. Typical. 1, 2, 1, 2. Ooh, I'm not good at this. It's triple crochet. Because this does not look nice. This is all very wonky. Or treble crochet. Not triple, treble. I think, yeah, that's my problem with these designs anyways, is that I tend to have like a fluctuating thread tension. So this one time I'm just knitting very, very tight, and then it's getting loose and then tight again, and that's why I had to sort of press this one down because I did the middle very tight, and you can see it's coming up on all the edges, because then the leaves I couldn't even crochet tight, because that's like, this is all these huge holes there, you can't make them tight. But the middle is too small in a way, because I was crocheting too tight. So this whole thing was pretty wonky at first, and then I just like pressed down on it until, well, so what is this? I've got a little bit going. I think that's what it's supposed to be. I just don't know. That's with it's always my problem, that you don't, with these kind of patterns, you don't actually go through a loop with your stitch there, and so that makes them just you can move them around. I'm like, that's not how am I going to wash something like that? If the stitches move around, it's going to be like an absolute disaster. So apparently these things are just like not for washing at all. Because I could, there's enough stitches here. I could just use one of the chain links to actually fasten the stitch, but I'm just going through the middle, with a big middle hole. But that makes them just like movable. I'm not really sure if that is correct what I'm doing here, but it looks, I'm just following the tutorial as best as I can. If I'm overseeing something. Anyways, dear ones, I have to go down and quickly put my bread in the oven. I'll be back in 2 minutes, and yeah, please don't go away. Make yourself another cup, or take yourself another cup of coffee. Okay, I'm right back. Don't worry. Hello. What's the sound is back on? Yes. Beautiful. Sorry for that. There's nobody listening anyways. I'm just doing this for fun. Anyway. Okay. Oh. So I'm just have taken bread in the oven. Have a bit of coffee. Well, almost gone. Did you get another cup? So, what are we doing? Yeah, okay. Let's go with this one, at least, like maybe finish the round. I don't really know how many of these we're gonna make. It's a bit of a mystery to me. Also, I'm not really happy with these treble crochets. This double, yeah, okay, so with there, I can see that, but how many? 17 treble. Oh my god, it's gonna be a while. Anyways, yeah. So what I said before with the, I can't really stay on something long enough to really get good at it. I don't know what it is. Is it like an evading of, putting myself to the test, or is it just because I'm like undiagnosed ADHD and can't really focus or commit to something? Yeah, I did that again. I did it again, see? Forgetting the two chain between those. I'm so keen on these treble crochets that I'm just keep forgetting to actually make two chains. So, yeah, and I don't know if a lot of people have that, but I guess because I think it needs some certain form of really commitment and discipline to actually stay on a chosen whatever it is, medium or whatever or sort of object you're trying to convey, like as an artist, whatever, painting frogs or something, and then like by the 2000th frog you're drawing, you'll have such an enormous visual library that frogs shouldn't be. You can draw a frog in any life situation, in any in any position. You can give them sort of character and stuff like that. But it's not. I mean, it's probably a stupid example, but something like that, Or when you do. There's another thing like just recently caught my attention again. Like I used to, working as an architect, I used to do a lot of like architectural representations. Let's say it's not really illustrations because you don't really have the freedom to illustrate because you need to represent what the building is like, in the most pleasant way. So I did a lot of that back in the day, but mostly hand drawn. Yeah, most of it hand drawn. And because the computer programs or the drawing programs, especially for architecture, weren't that advanced back in the day. And then, I didn't do that for probably the last 15 years. And so I saw somebody doing it on the iPad, and as you might know, like I'm really stretching my artistic knowledge onto the iPad at the moment, and I'm trying to really sort of test it out, get used to it, get used to digital drawing in the first place. Most of the time I was just doing, well, that's the start, obviously, of my artistic journey was with paper and pen, especially as an architect. So we learn to draw. So now, bye. So we're on 17 drums. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 4 more. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, and so I saw them doing architectural illustrations, I should say, the way he did it, on the iPad, using the iPad perspective tool, and I was absolutely enlightened, amazed, whatever, enchanted by it, and said, oh, that's exactly what I was sort of, no, yeah, I did a stupid here, but I was piercing through the yarn again. As much as I like this yarn, because it's like, it's all cotton, it's, where am I? Yeah, it's all cotton, it's nice to touch it. It's like, I'm not a big fan of this acrylics and even wool, like when it's hot like that. I'm not a fan of working with wool in crochet, but the moment you pierce through the thread or through the yarn, it's like awful. But then it's not very tightly woven, I think. That is or it's not. I think it's about how many threads you pull in together. Anyways, this is getting really hard because I start sweating. It's really getting hot today. So it's then everything's like the thread is not really running because my fingers are hot or sweaty. So I guess I'm going to finish this round and then we'll move on to something else because this is just getting very, very hard. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the architectural illustration. So I saw that and I was absolutely amazed and also like motivated to use my old architectural knowledge and my old drawing muscles on the iPad with perspective tool, everything. But it's like there's so many things I want to do, so many things I'm interested in, and I start something and then I drop it again before I actually give myself the time to get good at it. And it seems that I get frustrated pretty easily, and then I'm like, oh, let's move on to something else. Maybe I'm better at that one. I mean, I do realize, obviously, that it takes time to get good at something and practice and so on. But I think I did. Did I do, this looks a lot bigger than everything else. Did I do a 3 here? Kind of stupid, but whatever. We'll see. I'm not sure if that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So definitely 2 more, but I don't really know. I don't think that is 15. I don't think you can count the first one because that was just chain. That is not 1, 2. That is not actually a triple crochet. yeah, sometimes I'll just, yeah, and I think that is very detrimental to my artistic sort of journey, or journey as an artist, to actually get places. And I think you have to have this certain sort of, you know, like a bit, maybe even a bit like a tunnel vision, where you just focus on this one thing, this one maybe subject, this one medium that you're then practicing, and until you're actually a master in it. Yeah, and just like by doing 3-4 pieces, it's not going to happen. And I wonder if there's other people out there that have the same problem, that they lose interest pretty fast in things like that. And yeah, so always trying something new, but never really succeeding in anything. But there is also that sometimes I'm like, life is so short, and I'm just interested in so many different, well, mostly creative things, and that I'm like, I want to try it all. You know, I want to just do a lot of things still, and yeah, and I've sort of not enough, can't you know, put enough time onto all of this. So let's see now. This looks like there's a bit too much. So this we can't count because that is not a crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now I made one too many. Oh my God. She said 17. Okay, let's do this all. Okay. So 17, I think we even. Okay, we've got this. I have to see where she starts counting. Oh, 1. No, she's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh no. She's counting the first one. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's another one. Okay. Now. Well, now it looks like there's a huge gap, isn't it? Okay, I see that this is going to get a bit difficult. So, okay, we've got it. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is she? Okay. And yeah, I'm closing off this round. Well, that was, I don't know how many, but probably 1, 2, 3, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4. Maybe I should look at that. How many? And which one she's taking. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, okay, 5. Oh, so, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Okay, I'm doing a stitch. Ah, I got this round over with. I am not excited about this. This is not very nicely done. I mean, I can sort of course, I can see what it's supposed to look like, but it doesn't really, does it? It's very wonky. Also, why is there such a big gap? Yeah, because there's like this first stitch already, like the very first stitch I made was already shit. Okay, but still, I'm gonna continue because these are just the trials. We're gonna see where I'm going with this, and maybe if you just like, I mean, this one looked awful in the beginning. So maybe if I'm just like keep at it and sort of, you know, you can move these stitches around a bit to maybe, let's see, to maybe close this weird gap it's making here. Also, this first stitch already is like the first knot is so ugly and it's still pissing me off because I don't know where to put it. You know, so okay, maybe like this. Not excited, not excited. What did I do there? Oh no, I think yeah. I think I should have done. Yeah, I should have done two chain before I close that. Yeah, obviously. So that was the first. I did not see her do this, but it needs to be. Because else, yeah. Okay, so that makes it a bit better. A little bit. Okay. So, not a big fan of what I did there. We'll see. Okay, so I think, but now it's like my hands are getting so sweaty sitting here. I'm just actually working. So I'm gonna, the only thing I wanted to do with you, I'm gonna give you a little look at what this is supposed to look like. Wait a second. Yeah, come on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I'm trying to do. And this is where I'm at. So you can see that I, like up to now, I sort of, the only thing I managed is this inner circle. So the real challenge is starting with these ones. Oh no, wait a sec, because these are probably, I'm doing this and this in one row, I guess. Yeah, I have to, because like how am I gonna do this otherwise? So this is then the last row. This is getting complicated. I mean, I was already struggling with this inner circle. Well, obviously this is a lot bigger than I'm doing it because I have like a way bigger thread. But I see that there's a lot of problems ahead. Anyways, what I actually wanted to do is it's the beginning of the week and I wanted to do very, very short tarot reading for you guys and me, just about like what are the energies of this week? What should we be looking out for? What should we be, putting out antennas up? And there's something in the air at the moment that we should be aware of. So what are the energies of this week? I'm asking sort of my higher self, my consciousness. What are the energies of this week and what should we focus on? What are the energies and what are we supposed to be focusing on? Oh, okay, so this one wants to go. And the tarot. what's the tarot telling us? What are the energies of this week? There's one. What are the energies of this week? What should we be focusing on this week? Oops. There it is. I'm not very still very routined with this new deck that I got myself, so that I might have to look up in the book. Oh, there it is. Already prevailed. With the little the mini tarot by Nicoletta Ciccoli. I think that's the illustrator. I love her illustrations very, very much. So I think for the end, to round this, I'll take another of the oracle cards. Okay, so let's put that a bit together to see what's it saying. So what's the energies of this week? Guardians of the land, protection. So what should we be focusing on? That was my question. What should we be focusing on is protection. I mean, guardians of the land sort of instigates a bit that it's about protection of our country, but I would probably think, or I feel that it's more protection of yourself. Might it be your emotions, your actual, your projects, your feelings, maybe your material things, I don't know. Maybe the tarot cards will sort of give us a more... Oh, okay. Well, I have to put it that way. I turn around this one, but it's like this. And the hanged man is in reverse. Okay, so normally people think the hanged man is a bad card. It is not. It just shows that you're sort of in a mid-air position. So you're looking at things from a different perspective. You're sort of suspended in time and place. You're sort of, that's why you're fastened onto something. There is, in the moment, no movement, and you just observe things, but you observe things from a different perspective. But if it's reversed, so then that's what you're not doing. So maybe that is a sign that we should sort of shift our perspective, that we should look at things from a different perspective. The Two of Pentacles is a very, very positive card. It says that you can sort of, obviously it's talking about material things, but it's also tasks. You can juggle all the tasks you're having, but it's a bit of a stretch, but everything's possible. You see that there's these ships in the background, that they're like, there is like a big sea, so there is a bit of tumult and a bit of sort of energies that are tumultuous around you, but your ship sails quite safely. So it's not in danger. It's just like, and you have to go with the flow, but it's a bit like, it'll be an up and down this week. But you might be juggling or trying to juggle things, but you will be doing so you will manage to do so, and you'll be doing so in a positive manner. But with the protection card, it seems to be actually about your financial situation, or I'm just like talking about our financial situation. We have to look, I mean, with the prices going up worldwide and everything, it's no wonder we have to sort of juggle where are we spending it, because everything's gone become so expensive, and maybe look at it from a different perspective. So maybe check your spendings, check where you're sort of overspending, where you're spending money that you don't need to, or where there's like it's just doesn't make sense at the moment. So I feel it's actually protecting your wealth. It could be even, the banking system is in a tumultuous position, so it could really be a financial matter this week. We do have rainbow waterfalls, so in the end it might come out as very, very positive for us when we actually manage to sort of protect our wealth in a way. I'm not really sure how we're supposed to do this. Oh, and again, the Eight of Pentacles. So it is financially all over. So we've got the only thing we've got is actually Pentacles. So it's definitely about our sort of material things that we need to think about, that we need to protect this week. It seems that everything, like, in the end will work out, but there are some kind of dangers or tumultuous times ahead, apparently. So if we manage to find a way to protect our wealth, let's just put it that way, our wealth, our material things, whatever they are, we will, in the end, once we're through this tumultuous thing, we will in the end be lucky. And the Eight of Pentacles, so it also is dealing with material things, obviously. I'm gonna look at what they put in, because that's the deck I'm not familiar with. Well, that's all in. Is there anything that's in? Oh, it's very short. Okay. One of Swords, where the Pentacles. Oh, already past that. Oh, it's called discs here. So the Eight of Discs it is. Okay, yeah. It's working, it's hustling, expanding your skills. So maybe, but it's also definitely material related. So it is maybe finding another source of income. It's trying to generate money or finances, and looking into that. A bit of a full-on reading, I think. I mean, the only thing is, it's not the only thing, but like the waterfall is, or the rainbow and the waterfall, so miracles are about to happen or are possible. So we might have this feeling that we need to protect. That could be a different reading as well, or a different interpretation. We might have the feeling that we need to hustle, that we need to juggle, that we're in danger, that we need the protection, but in the end, miracles are possible. So, yeah, I'd like to end it here and be like, yeah, that's something to sort of look into and just see, how to sort of organize your finances, maybe organize or rethink spendings. Where can I sort of cut my spendings in a way that doesn't really hurt me, but I just did it because it didn't really matter back in the day. overthink with the petrol costs, overthink, do I need to drive there? Can I just walk? Can I just, or can I do 2 or 3 errands in one go and just walk, or just drive there one time? So all these things, I think, would be sensible to think about this week. With that, yeah, I want to say have an awesome day, and yeah, I'm gonna try and show you the finished flower. Let's see if I'm actually managed to finish that. Anyways, have a good day and see you soon. Bye.